Welcome back, everybody. Back to our top story, the latest on what's unfolding in Iraq at this hour. The president saying earlier today that the operation in Iraq will last months, not weeks. Joining us now with his perspective, Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Peters, Fox News strategic analyst. We always welcome your perspective, sir, and I know that you have some real concerns because today the president was out there before heading off to vacation, speaking to America, saying that this is going to take a longer time, not to expect this to be over in weeks, and that the military leaders and intelligence community did not understand the swiftness with which this campaign was being waged by ISIS.
Well, the last point he was patently dishonest about. I can tell you from my friends in the intelligence community, they have been jumping up and down for months, warning, in fact for years, warning about the growing strength of what used to be called ISIS or ISIL and is now just the Islamic State. And there were warnings over the last several months to the president and all the president's men and women that they were going to roll across northern Iraq. But, you know, again, the remarks today were heartbreaking to me because the president lives in this bubble of unreality. Confronted by wolves, he chases unicorns. And the primary unicorn he was chasing today was this notion, this wild notion that somehow through charm he can put Iraq back together. Iraq is broken, it's gone, it's not coming back together. The government in Baghdad, the rump government, is Iranian backed. Forget it. Help the Kurds. The Kurds are the only friends we've got outside of Israel. They're fighting the good fight against a blood cult.
But he kept stressing over and over again in those remarks that unless the Iraqi government takes part in settling its own problems, the United States cannot be dragged into another military combat situation in that country.
Well, I'm not splitting hairs now, but he's right to the point that the people of the Middle East have to ultimately solve their own problems. But the Iraqi government can't solve them because there is no government of Iraq. We need to just erase Iraq and Syria from the map. They don't exist as we formerly knew them. They're not coming back. Mr. President, deal with the reality on the ground. And the reality is we're seeing the emergence of an offshoot of Islam, something new, an absolute blood cult. And Governor Huckabee was right, but I would go farther and say that we're seeing something come up that's the closest parallel is the Aztecs. It is a celebration of butchery. And like all religions, Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, Islam's had some cruel patches in its past. But never before have we seen this celebration of slaughter. You've seen the video, the YouTube clips, etc., where they're not just killing the poor Yazidis who are sort of, they're harmless. They're Quakers in funny clothes, basically. They're not just killing Christians. They're not just killing other minorities. They're slaughtering their fellow Muslims, and not just Shia, but Sunni as well. And, the most addictive substance on earth is human blood. And they are drunk on blood. And if President Obama cannot realize how important this struggle is and get involved on a much heavier level, we will pay.
Ralph Peters, thank you so much for joining us. As always, we appreciate your insights.
Thank you.